Hi everyone, Gianni DePocia here with you for TheoTrade. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of November, 2024, and wow, what a week it's been since we last connected on this recap video. We had the presidential election come to a conclusion. Donald Trump emerged as the victor. We had the Federal Reserve cut interest rates 25 basis points or a quarter of a percent, and stocks absolutely loved those developments and exploded to new all-time highs across the board. We finally saw the NASDAQ hit a new all-time high as well, which is something that in these videos I have been very adamant and clear about for quite some time that I needed to see unfold. That divergence, that those few months where the NASDAQ did not make a new high was a big concern, but that concern is now in the past as even though it's a quiet day today in the market, we're finally catching a breather. We are starting to see leadership from all of the right sectors. So the top performing sector in the market last week was consumer discretionary. So the market is starting to price in the probability of a booming economy. And when it comes to consumption, understand that 70% of it makes up the U.S. economy. The U.S. GDP is comprised of 70% of consumption. So that was a big move. And, we did see Tesla explode to new multi-year highs as well. I've been totally open and transparent about my overweight position in Tesla. We issued the backup, the Cybertruck rating after their earnings in mid-October, and we saw the exact follow-through that we needed to see. We still have a short-term target up at 414, and at the time, that seemed like a bit of a pipe dream, but after rallying as high as 358.64, we were less than $60 away from that upside target already. So I think that still is in play. But longer term, I think Tesla's a $700 stock. I think it's going to go significantly higher than its all-time high. And I've been discussing lately and reminding members the importance behind the idea of stocks having personalities. That's how I like to describe it. Stocks have personalities, and we've seen Tesla's personality play out in the past over and over again. And what you get are these just prolonged periods of little to nothing happening. And then the stock will just wake up from a slumber and just rip, absolutely explode to the upside. I mean, even that period between like 2015 and 2016, sometimes it goes years without doing anything. And as a matter of fact, this time as well, the stock peaked in November of 2021. It dropped by a substantial amount into a low in January 2023. But then we started to get interested this past year in April when we formed that significant higher low and even put on a couple swing trades on the long side with some success. But we really started to get aggressive and decided to back up the truck back in October, and we were rewarded for doing so. But it's not just Tesla that's looking strong. Netflix continues to make new high. We've had the target at 920 on Netflix. That doesn't seem like much of a pipe dream at this point anymore. Nvidia, a major leader today, even though the market's going sideways, not doing much. We came within a couple bucks of a new all-time high. I still have a target in Nvidia up in the 180 area. And I like to look at semiconductors as well because I talk about how semiconductors tend to behave as a leading indicator for the overall technology sector. What does that mean? Well, a lot of these tech companies, all these companies that are using artificial intelligence and working on that and developing all these new technologies, they need chips. So if there's not demand for those chips, if we're not seeing good business numbers and results on the semiconductor side of the equation, it's a sign that something might be wrong in the broader tech sector. But still got that long position in Broadcom, even though we're down today. I still think the posturing is pretty good. Taiwan Semiconductor still hanging out near the highs. I'm not really that concerned. I think the market's just taking a breather here. Apple stock still hanging out near the highs. Google did see some additional follow through after its post earnings breakout, came back down, formed a higher low as it retested former resistance, turned support, and has now made a new high. So it's looking pretty strong, guys. I must say, I think this is a bull market. And I think it's going to continue into next year. Well into next year. And obviously, Bitcoin has been stealing the headlines after what a lot of people in the community the cryptocurrency community like to call a God candlestick. We saw that happen yesterday when off the weekend we saw Bitcoin futures gap up and just never look back, and it's continued to make new all-time highs into today. Ethereum has also come back to life. We had talked about that upside target in Ethereum in the $3,500 area that has now been satisfied. And our trades in names like MicroStrategy, we did park the truck on this name, but we still have a substantial runner position, and we continue to be rewarded. Now it's just trade management. It's about tightening up stop losses, letting the winner run. The same thing happening in Core Scientific. This one's taking a breather. We did book initial profits in Hut 8 mining for 59%. And we actually got long Coinbase on Friday at the close. And that's actually part of AI Timing Webs, which is a service that I run here with the guys at TheoTrade. And for a limited time only, we have a $50,000 huge Black Friday giveaway. So here's the deal. For a limited time, there are 50 $2,000 Gianni DePoce Theo credits available for purchase at $1,000 each. Now, we actually launched this special yesterday, and I can tell you that over a dozen of them have already gone. So there's definitely less than 50. We're probably less than 35 left. We had already launched this over 24 hours ago, but this lets you turn $1 into two, and you can apply this $2,000 credit to any of my masterminds or trade alert services. I would definitely suggest that you check out AI Timing Webs, which is the name that got us, which is a service that got us long Coinbase on Friday. So this is first come, first serve. You can have up to 2 credits per person, and call our support team for details. The number is 623-244-5657. Use code word Gianni, and you're going to be talking to Alan if you're interested. But let me get back to the charts here and this market recap, because obviously I think the crypto mania is still in its middle inning. We've been talking about crypto a lot in these videos since August and September. That's when we were really encouraging viewers to take it seriously as an asset class again. And you see why now. We have confirmation that the bull trend is alive and well with the rally to new highs. And so we're seeing names in that space see tremendous breakouts. Take a look at gold and silver. We're still correcting here. We've definitely trimmed up a lot of our exposure into the space just from stop loss management. We finally parked the truck on Agnico Eagle Mines, which was one of our back up the truck trades from way earlier this year. Came away with a beautiful profit, about 54% on that name. So that was a nice trade. But, I'm still not really the biggest fan of what's happening in the energy space. I think it would be wise to avoid that. Bonds are still selling off, although I think the worst of the bond market sell-off could be coming to an end. You're seeing a lot of money flood into the dollar right now. Big rallies against both the Japanese yen hitting a new high there and the euro falling to a new low for the year. And so a lot of the world, global capital, as I like to call it, wants in on the action in the United States economy. And so if you're a European investor, you're a Japanese investor, and you have your euros and your yen to buy US stocks, to buy US bonds, you need to convert that currency to dollars. And so that's driving demand for US denominated assets, dollar denominated assets. But, we're still seeing a lot of moves unfold. TG Therapeutics, this was a name that we called out live in the chat room, getting close to its upside target. Carvana and Car Gurus, other names that we just captured profits on. We've been talking about these for a while. Car Guru is actually making new highs today. And then another name that we're in the precipice of capturing profits here today, if we still got about 45 minutes left before the market closes, is Toast, another tech company. We had a target of 40 on that. We bought it on the breakout from the base. That continues to deliver, and Fortinet as well continues to accelerate up from its breakout point as well. So the point I'm trying to make to you is that markets are on the move. We're in a certain window of time that does not happen always. Markets are not always like this, but when they are like this, you have to capitalize on the opportunity. And even though there's a lot of setups out there, I implore you, I beg you, to focus on quality over quantity. It's not enough to just make money in this environment. You have to make as much as possible with as little risk as possible. And AI Timing Webs is a great way to go about that. And of course, the variety of other services that we have here at TheoTrade. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. That's all for now. I hope to see you in the TheoTrade chat and even perhaps with AI timing webs. Thanks for watching. See you next week.